Welcome to the Crunchy Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where we question everything and say the things no one else will. I'm April Locani, a serial entrepreneur turned naturopathic practitioner and just a truth-seeking mama.
And I'm Brandy Lemire, a social media influencer, a certified nutrition response practitioner, and just a crunchy mom who's done with censorship and refuses to co-parent with the government. April and I built this podcast as a safe space for moms and dads to have real, raw, uncensored conversations.
From what's really in our food to the truth about modern medicine, we're diving deep into the topics no one else wants to touch because an informed mom makes empowered choices.
No filters, no fear, just real, raw talk. Welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered.
All right, guys, welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered. Today we have a really awesome guest. We're really excited about this guest. We've been waiting a little while. He is co-author of the Tuttle Twins. They are a homeschool curriculum. They are a series of books, conservative based, right? Would that be correct? Yeah. That go off of history, right? Just a different spin on it, a more broader view of how to look at a child's perspective of history.
So today we're going to be talking with Elijah. You're actually the illustrator of the series. And, we both homeschool. I've been homeschooling for quite some time. April is actually new, pulled her kids out of the system. So a new homeschool mom. And so our kids do a curriculum through the good and the beautiful. So it's a faith-based curriculum, but it does language arts and math only. So I think it's really cool for parents to know that there are options like the Tuttle Twins out there that kind of pick up that history piece. But then also, you're not just for homeschool families. So any parents who are just wanting to show children the world, the government, history, help them to understand these things, I think that this is a great resource. So let's have you maybe jump into a little bit about your story. And then obviously we want to talk about some of your books. We have some of the items back here. We're going to talk about this month's magazine, which is why we wore the shirts that we wore today. Because today is actually Charlie Kirk's birthday. So it's kind of bittersweet that all of this is coming together. So Elijah, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for working with our schedule. Those of you that are watching the podcast or listening to it, you can't see what we see, but we're in the middle of filming a documentary with USA Today that's coming out next month, all about crunchy moms and Maha, a lot about vaccines. So we have cameras all around us right now. But Elijah, if you just want to share a little bit about yourself and your story.
Oh. Love it.
I love it. What was the first book?
Yeah, so it's funny because I mean, years ago, my father-in-law and his wife were really they swam upstream a little bit, even more than my other side of the family, and they bought my kids these books. And we're very open-minded and feel very similar as them, but I've never really opened it up to our children and never even thought about how to bring it up to our children. So they bought me these series of books. It was like I had like 1 through 12. And we started reading them to my daughter before she probably even understood, you know? And then as we got more into this world, you guys became larger and larger. And me and my husband always talked about maybe homeschooling, but we didn't know when. So I like went down digging. I'm like, they have a history curriculum. So like we were like, we're gonna do that in the summers, even if we homeschool or not. We were all excited. So then when I started homeschooling, I brought it up to Brandy. And I'm like, we gotta buy the history curriculum. And then somehow we all got to talking through Instagram. And here we are. So this is like really funny to me. It's like super coincidental because I've been reading them way longer than I even knew what I was actually reading. You know what I mean?
I love it. Yeah. As a homeschool mom, like, a lot of people are like, you can't teach your kids, or how are you going to teach your kids, or all the things. And I feel like one of the things as a homeschool parent is we're not trying to imitate public school, right? So
Right.
we're trying to teach our kids from, I don't want to just say from our views, because we talk about all the things with the kids, but it is really nice to have so many different resources available
To explain it better.
yeah, to
Yeah.
explain things. So we had some other books, another great company, Raise Right Books, who has
Raised
just
right.
for
Super
younger
cute.
kids. And there was one about the Second Amendment, It was about animals being able to keep their
Keep
claws.
their claws, yeah.
And that the kids really resonated with that because it was
Yes.
something that they could understand. And
So,
so
yeah, if you ask my son till this day what is the Second Amendment right, he's like, keep your claws. It's
I
so
think
cute.
it's really cool to like teach your children in something that's going to engage them and it's not boring. I think of history and stuff at school and it's boring.
Yeah.
So that's what's really cool about your book. So let's show a couple. Let's start with the toddlers.
I wish I would have known these existed.
I know. I'm like, these are going to be great baby shower gifts.
Yes.
Everyone's going to get one of these. But you guys have books. We didn't bring them all. We just brought a couple.
Yeah.
But you have a series for toddlers, which is really cool. These are the board books, like the toddler board books. So I think that that's awesome that even at that young age, you guys have these books. So can you talk about the toddler
Yeah,
series real
explain
quick?
the toddler series for us. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I agree. Well, have you ever heard of the rule of firsts? There is a specific thing that the first time you hear something, whether it's the correct version of it or not, it sticks with you. So this would be a perfect example of like the rule of firsts. You know, they heard it one time, they don't remember why or what it's about, but they know they heard it once.
So
it
this
sticks
teaches
to
you about the economy. This is about the Bill of Rights. I know there was one
The-
about the Constitution.
Yeah, American Revolution.
So we're gonna go to the inflation monster. I love teaching kids through games.
Yes.
So, like I said, I've always homeschooled my 9-year-old. She's never been to traditional school. She just now goes to a drop-off co-op at a church, and she loves it. But I taught her to read on my own with a game that I got on Amazon, and it was a fidget game. So she wasn't just sitting there like being bored learning how to read. We were playing a game that she loved. So I think this is really cool. We did not let the kids into these yet. We're like, you gotta wait till we get through the podcast. So we're really excited, but this is really cool. So this is the Inflation Monster, a game for people who use money. So this is for 8 and up. So we would play these with our daughters. Obviously, Andrew's 5, so he'll get to experience some of it. Well, he'll play with the girls. He might not like grasp it, but this is like really good for the girls.
I love this for the girls because they're starting to get all into money. Like Anya's like, here, you have $1. I'm going to spend it. And my daughter's like, I'm saving this for college. I'm like, what? It's so different perspective. So it's funny to watch them. This will be really funny to see them go at it.
So these were the books that April was really excited about.
Like, yeah.
Beware your bias. This one is true conspiracies, speaking after our own soul here. I mean, this talks about like there's MK Ultra in here.
Operation Mockingbird.
The Tuskegee experiment, that's a great one. I talk a lot about that. Sugar and fat studies, social media manipulation. Like, this is really cool. Hunter Biden's laptop. So
yeah, this is like this one I've had my eye on for a long time. But it's also introducing it to yeah. It's just funny because it's just giving light on certain things that they might come across later and be like down a rabbit hole. So instead of like, let's save you time. This is what's been done on it, you know.
This one is inspiring entrepreneurs. I love that. We actually did a financial and entrepreneur month last summer with all the kids. This one is the world's worst ideas. This one is super exciting. Government welfare, taxes, schools, central banking, censorship, gun control, minimum wage. Like, these are things that people are discussing in the world and that people kind of struggle to discuss
or explain
calmly.
Yeah, these are hot topics that make people upset, right? These are triggering topics. But if it's broken down a little more simply, and here's what it is, do what you want with it.
So tell us about these guides from your perspective.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I saw a little bit about that. Like Courageous Heroes, love that too. Modern villains. The bigger, yeah. Yeah, I like it. Love it. So what made you guys decide to do a Tuttle Times? Yeah, that's awesome. When did this go live? When did the times Tuttle Times start? Okay, so these have been going on a long time. Okay.
I think this episode, I mean, it's like I said, it's kind of fitting when we got the filming date from like the documentary we're doing. We didn't choose the date, and we knew we wanted to have you on the podcast. So the fact that this was your magazine, that it's on Charlie Kirk's birthday, I think that
It's crazy.
I think it's cool that you guys do stuff like this because this was something, whatever side of the coin you're on throughout the world, this is something that affected the entire world.
Yeah.
And we live in this society where social media is like the Wild West. And so I don't think we were meant to open our phones and see someone get shot.
Cold blood murder, and then just carry on your day.
And our children saw that. So I think a lot of parents struggle with how to talk to your kids about that. We love that our church, or the school, the church that our kids attend, they actually did, like in their morning service, they did a prayer and they kind of talked to the kids a little bit about it. But I think this is really cool for a lot of parents that might not know how to talk to their kids about some of the trending hot topics that are happening in the world, that you guys have this. I really, really like this. And there's like puzzles, logic puzzles. There are, I think there was word searches, crosswords. I just bought a word search book with my 9-year-old. She loves doing word searches and crossword puzzles. So it's really cool that you do this, because then we can sit and do this with the kids. Like, it's not just for them.
Yeah. I mean, you're even touching on it's a tragedy and the confusion. So you're trying to explain it. Like it's a powerful piece. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah. 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 It doesn't feel like you're capitalizing on it at all. It feels like you're bringing light to it, explaining it, and just making it understandable to your viewers' eyes. I mean, you guys, your audience essentially, other than the moms, are young. They're the youth. So talking to them in a way they can understand is huge. So I think you did. I know. Yeah. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then, oh, go ahead.
Her timer is going off. Okay, let's talk about American history real quick. What? Tell me about this.
Oh, I'm so excited about it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. We are so excited. We are
This is
so
actually
excited.
super interesting, especially with what we've been talking about today. If you consider yourself a conservative today, chances are you would have been a liberal in the colonial era, fighting for natural rights and limited government. Those we consider to be a liberal today would have been called conservative during colonial times, supporting the political establishment or preserving or expanding its power. That sounds like the exact opposite. Labels can change meaning over time depending on the people who use them, which can create a lot of confusion.
Which is so funny because with the USA Today documentary, in our interview, he said, would you guys consider yourself conservatives? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, do you know that like what we call like what you guys call
Crunchy mom.
liberals or crunchy moms, what you call what you guys call crunchy, we called liberal in the 80s and 70s and 90s or whatever they were talking about. And it was just funny because it's so true.
Yep.
It is fun.
Wild.
Because you're like, I don't want to be labeled. I get it. Oh, I love that. I mean, that makes sense. I love that. I think that's actually really extremely important because I don't know that one side is hitting every target anyway anymore, right? Like we got, you might really like some things about one side, so we're going with that because it's the lesser of two evils, or it's going to be better for this country right now. But I don't know that every single candidate in these categories are nailing everything, right?
Yeah.
So I like, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yeah, love it.
Absolutely.
So good, so good. Well,
Well, yeah, that was, I mean, this is amazing. We're super excited to start working this into what we're doing with our children, what we're teaching them. They've obviously talked a lot about Charlie Kirk, so I think we'll start with the magazine, and it's very relevant. And they watched us cry for a couple days.
Yeah.
So they were with us when we found out. So we'll start there, and then we'll be talking about these on our social media. If anyone watching is interested in them, we will put a link in the comments. We have a link where you can order
in
these.
the show notes. Yeah.
Yeah. So just thank you so much, not only for putting this together and coming out with material like this for moms like us to use, but for taking the time today and working around our crazy schedule to be able to have this conversation with us.
Yes, these conversations.
Awesome.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. Well, it's a pleasure to have you on, and hopefully we'll have you on again when maybe your third history book comes out. That would be awesome. Yes, right. And for all of you watching, you can find them at the Tuttle Twins on Instagram, on everywhere. Just Google the Tuttle Twins, they'll come up. And we'll link all the details of how you can get them or get in touch with their socials below in the show notes. So thank you again for watching.
Thank you.
This is Crunchy Moms Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Thank you.